Good evening and welcome to This Evening with me, Harry Towers.
And me, Oliver Foote.
Coming up tonight, chatting the sports with Jaden Nutter and wonderful prizes.
Oh, we'll be talking about butchers, beef and bombs.
And alongside that, local events, clubs and opportunities for people across the county, and that's all coming up now. Our sponsor for tonight is Sugar Tongue UK, an American candy, sweets and drinks business from Cumbria, West Cumbria specifically, that we'll be learning more about in a little bit next. Our top story tonight, the bomb squad was called out following an item dug up on South Lakes Road in Ulverston. A suspected piece of ordnance was dug up in Kendal. Police were called at around 11:45 a.m. on Wednesday the 24th of April to Oxenholme Road. A precautionary cordon was put in place and an explosive ordnance disposal team, that's a bit of a mouthful, attended to assess the item. It was determined that the item was not an explosive device, which is a bit, we can't really say boring because, whatever. But it better safe than sorry, I guess. But then back in March of 2022, police were called just 5 minutes outside of Kendal to carry out a controlled explosion, that sounds fun, on a suspected piece of ordnance. Can you really have a controlled explosion?
Yeah, so they kind of contain it so it's not as big as
All right,
a
so they
blast.
put it in like a box and then explode it, yeah. We could put Matthew Bailey in the box as well. He's giving me the middle finger. The bomb disposal team was dispatched to the village of Endmore, south of Kendal, and Oxenholme. What on earth is going on in Kendal with all these bombs?
The thing is, how many more bombs are they going to find?
I think the question really is Hitler making a comeback? A precautionary cordon was put in place at the time and an explosive ordnance disposal team were contacted and carried out a controlled explosion, another one. The question is, how many more discoveries will be made around Kendal?
Yeah, well, a bit more light-hearted news. The Lake District Hotel on the market for $3.75 million has been sold. So a Lake District Hotel on the market for $3.75 million has been sold for an undisclosed sum. The Lake District Hotel, with 45 bedrooms, named the Castle Inn Hotel at Bassenthwaite, was brokered by the specialist hotels team at Collier's. It was originally a traditional lakeside residence, but the Castle Hotel Inn, which was on the market for $3.75 million, has been extended, converted, and connected to another building, which provides a total of 45 bedrooms, including 7 suites, as well as a self-contained leisure club with an indoor heated pool and gym. Yeah. The Lake District Hotel, which was on the market for $3.75 million, also has several conference facilities, including the 200-cover Budworth Hall, which has its own bar, which is nice, a stage, and a fully sprung dance floor.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The £3.75 million hotel in the Lake District is around 7 acres of land, including a grass tennis court and a putting green.
Beautiful.
Yes. Julia Troop, head of the hotel agency at Collier, the multinational real estate service company, said, hello Matthew, said this is another high-profile hotel sale in the Lake District, which had attracted a good deal of interest from diverse range of parties. She continued that the region continues to attract both overseas and domestic buyers, and they were pleased to be able to identify a good right buyer who were able to close the deal and provided them their first hotel in the region.
Do we know how much it was sold for?
No, but it was marketed at $3.75 million. The corporate buyer that acquired the hotel, which is in the Lake District, overlooking Bassenthwaite Lake, was represented by Martin Davis of Graham and Sibbald.
Lovely.
So, Harry, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's a fantastic development, really, for the Lake District. I mean, we hear about a lot of residential developments in greenfield and brownfield sites, but we don't really hear of much being adapted from what it already is. So I think the hotel in the Lake District, which I think you said sold for somewhere around the amount of 3.75 million.
Yes.
No, overall I think it's very good. I mean, 3.75 million, what's that, like a medium-sized garage in Keswick?
Yeah. Well, us from this evening would like...
To wish them all the very best in their future endeavours.
Yes.
Sounds like a great idea. Our next story, why is Whitehaven's water, oh that's a mouthful, no, I won't make that joke, still orange? The vibrant hue of Whitehaven's harbour has puzzled locals and visitors alike for the past 17 months. Much like the famous chocolate river in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the water sporadically turns a vivid or burnt orange following heavy rainfall since November of 2022. We'd like to clarify that it's not chocolate and not to drink it. We were advised to give you that information. Despite numerous investigations and tests, the exact cause remained elusive until last October when historic mine workings emerged as the probate culprit. However, pinpointing the precise origin of the contaminated water has proven challenging, although if I were to guess, I'd probably say the massive big pipe emitting from the harbour that's constantly spewing out orange and brown water, but that's just unofficial observation. Tests indicate that the contaminated water enters the central harbour, you don't need a test to tell them that, through a culvert in Queen's Dock, which is linked to the Branstey rail tunnel drainage system. Collaborative efforts from various organisations, including the Environment Agency, Coal Authority and Network Rail, are underway to address the issue. Whitehaven Harbour Commissioners have taken the lead in investigating the colour change since its offset. While they own the land, the pollution stems from a source, likely one of the historic mines in the area, beyond their control or identification. Now, one of the partners supporting this episode has been Andy's Men Club. Oh, there's some money in there already. The charity was formed in early 2016 by ex-Halifax rugby player Luke Ambler. Neither of those words are Andy, but good going. And he's created 117, that number may even be higher now, mental health groups across the UK, with Workington becoming one of the latest locations to get one. The club takes place every Monday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Workington Town Rugby League Club, as well as in Whitehavens, offering a judgment-free, confidential space where men can speak openly about their struggles in free-to-attend peer-to-peer support groups for over 18s. Steve Brown, 54, of Workington, who's been the driving force behind the new club, said, "I thought we needed some kind of mental health support in the area. Cumbria's, it's quite big on its mental health. It's one of the most affected areas in the entire country even." So he got in touch, and it's all gone from there. He claims, "I've got a few lads together who are trained up to be facilitators to help me out, and we're now ready to open up. We have our venue and everything's in place. It's really special to me to get this club open and to show people that people aren't alone and there's people in very similar situations to them." According to Every Life Matters, one person a week dies from suicide in Cumbria and remains the leading cause of death for all men under 50 across the UK. Andy's Men's Club aims to tackle this head on. Both clubs are reporting a growing patronship we're very happy to hear. We do actually have a little box that we received from Andy's Men's Club. It includes an Andy's Men's Club deck of cards, some Andy's Men's Club wristbands that we're all wearing, some Andy's, well they're not, they're just little biscuits. So if you want to have a cup of tea and a chat with your friends, we do advise it. It's a very good idea.
Yes. Sadly, an iconic family-owned butcher's in West Cumbria is due to shut down after 118 years in operation. A cherished family-owned butcher shop in West Cumbria is bidding farewell after 118 years in the business. Wilson's Butchers Limited, situated on Main Street in Egremont, will close its stores on April 27th due to family health concerns. Richard and Barbara Wilson, who have managed the store for 2 decades, expressed profound sadness over this closure, describing it as the toughest decision they've ever had to face. The Butchers was established in 1906 and holds a special place in the heart of Egremont, as it had been
lauded as a source of community pride.
Yes. The couple were extremely heartfelt gratitude to loyal customers, supporting staff and suppliers for their unwavering support.
Their Cumberland sausage was fantastic.
Yeah. The couple have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of support from the local community since announcing their closure. Their shop's legacy spans generations, with hundreds sharing fond memories online and commenting and commending Richard and Barbara's commitment to serving the town. So we wish the best to the family, and we
all the best in general. Keswick Mountain Festival. Oh, that hasn't happened for a little while. It's on from the 17th to the 19th of May. I would say get your tickets booked. It is a fantastic day or days out. They're even offering camping this year. You can do camping in a little tent, and you can camp in a caravan as well. It's not really camping, it's more just sleeping in a car, really, which is less fabulous when you put it like that. But regardless, State of Sata are the headliner. You may not perhaps have heard of them, but they're an absolutely fantastic group, I can assure you that. They do a mixture of reggae and madness covers. We all have a bit of madness. It's like that in the studio today, and they'll be on in the Big Top on Saturday. Not this Saturday, Saturday the 18th of May from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. There's many more other fantastic bands, although I don't think we're seeing a return of the Lancashire Hot Pots, which is a shame, really.
Yeah. Who else is on?
Oh, there's loads of people. I mean, the food is due to be fantastic, but we've got bands like Foxtrap, Steel Foxes, lots of foxes on the go, Cassette Baby, the Beatles, and John Denver. I believe it isn't the actual Beatles. I'd be quite surprised. And John Denver, I believe, is no longer with us. Yeah. So that would be a thing for environmental health. But anyways, it's £17.50 for a child and £25 for a Saturday ticket. Tents and camper vans can be included at an extra cost. I don't think you get to keep the caravan. I don't believe it's on site either. It's a little bit, it's on a field, sort of quite similar.
What sort of food's going to be there, Harry?
Oh my God, the food, it's fantastic. There's a paella van. Who thought of this? It's a van that sells crepes. No, paella. We've got Thai Kitchen, Northumberland Coffee, and many more food providers making a return alongside the Moon and Sixpence, a very nice coffee shop by the theatre by the lake. They're sponsored mainly by Adidas Terex and I believe United Utilities, and there's a 5k trail run as well as, there's all sorts of swimming and all sorts of fancy shenanigans. It's a bit much for me. Do you plan to attend the Mountain Festival this year, Oliver?
I haven't in the past, but to be honest, now's probably the best time to go.
I would agree. It looks
if
like
the Beatles are playing as well.
Oh my God, Ringo's there. No. Anyways, speaking of sports, we now move on. I wasn't speaking of sports. We move on now to Sports Kiosk with Jaden Nutter.
Hello and welcome to the Sports Kiosk, the section of this evening's show where I'm going to bring to you all of the latest sporting events in Cumbria, and I'm your host, Jaden Nutter. So, first on my notes, I have Wycombe Wanderers versus Carlisle United. So Wycombe beat Carlisle 3-1 in this match. However, the score was tied 1-1 going into half-time, but Carlisle's fate was sealed in the second half with 2 goals to keep them bottom of the table. So, as I just mentioned, Carlisle do currently sit bottom of the table, and they will be relegated into League 2 next season, which personally I think will be good for the club as it gives them a time to rebuild and hopefully improve on such a bad season in League 1. So next I have Workington Reds versus Carlisle United, and Workington Reds beat Carlisle United in the Fred Conway Cumberland Cup final, and it came from a 60th minute goal from Scott Allison to win the game for Workington Reds. Lastly, I have a news on a surprise visitor who made an appearance at an under-18s game for Carlisle United. So this was Usain Bolt, and he actually made an appearance in the crowd. He stayed for the whole match and stayed behind after the game to take photos with the team and individual photos with all of the players as well. So that's all from me today, and I'll hand you back to Harry and Oliver.
Thanks for that, Jaden.
Well, now we're going to be talking about beef, and more
beef.
Lots of beef. Cumbria is to host the UK's biggest beef industry event today. So Cumbria is gearing up to host the Beef Expo 2024, which is the largest and most pivotal gathering for the UK's beef industry. So it's set to take place Northwest Auctions near Kendal on Saturday, April 27th, today. The event coincides with British Beef Week and serves as the premier one-day showcase for British beef. Thousands of beef breeders, beef farmers, beef suppliers and beef industry stakeholders from across the nation will converge. You a big beef man?
I'm a big beef man. I love my steak, my beef burgers, my minced beef, corned beef, beef hash, beef stroganoff, beef casserole, beef. I think that's all. Beef.
Yeah.
Carry
Biggest
on.
beef fan. So they'll all converge to celebrate the UK's top-notch beef genetics and exchange ideas and innovations for the UK beef industry's future. So this year's seminar lineup will tackle key challenges facing the beef industry, like including rising costs and declining government support. The panellists include government ministers and shadow ministers, MPs and top supermarket directors.
That sounds like a really depressing episode of The Chase.
They would, yeah. They'll delve into topics such as farming finances and retailer demands. AHBD will spearhead a seminar focusing on the critical issues of the suckler profitability, providing beef farmers and beef breeders ample opportunities. Opportunities to seek insights into the beef industry's future and their own business strategies. Speaking, me and you have some beef.
Oh my God. Do we really, Oliver? Do we have
Yes.
some beef? Right, let's be having you. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Right, we have here, and this
13.
is in support of Andy's Men's Club, because who doesn't love a biscuit with their cup of tea? We've even got these little Andy's Men's Club It's Okay to Talk beer mats. The challenge is, who can eat all these custard creams? And I believe there's about 13 each. Am I correct? Now, I hope you're not cheating, because I've counted these.
Do you want to count them?
No, it's fine.
Well,
I'm getting the glasses off for this.
the real challenge is if any of us can finish it.
Right. Okay. Are we having a countdown? I believe what we'll do, we'll do 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Whoever eats all of them the quickest, and it has to be all of them. If you're sick on my carpet, I'll kill you. All right. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'll go. It's so dry. No water. Donate to Andy's Men's Club. This is an incredibly important charity. Very serious. I'm struggling with one.
So am I.
Oh.
Cheater.
Should we do first to 5? Oh my God, I've got 23 seconds left. I've eaten 3.
We'll count how many at the end.
2, 1. Right. Count your biscuit. I've got 9. What?
That is 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, well, look at that. Well, it appears that you're the winner.
Am I really the winner?
You are. So you get the privilege to donate £10 to Andy's Men's Club. You can drop it in the box as you leave. No, but in all seriousness, a cuppa with a biscuit with your mate might be the very thing they need for their mental health. So that's Andy's Men's Club. I'm going to have a bit of water.
Lucky you.
Lucky me indeed. Should have brought your big glass, mate.
I'll get a big mug. I'll beat you.
Okay.
Next time, who can drink the most litres of water?
A man has been ordered to stop using Lake District land for a light aircraft. In a Lake District saga, a businessman's dreams of using land for light aircraft have been grounded by the Planning Inspectorate following an enforcement notice from the Lake District National Park Authority. Roger Savage, that's a good name, of Lake District gyroplanes fame, has been ordered to cease using a site near the A66 in Troutbeck as an aerodrome for gyrocopters and gyroplanes. The LDNPA, big mouthful, notice demands Savage to halt all aircraft-related activities on the land and remove any aviation paraphernalia, from windsocks to picnic tables. Now, I don't see how I can somehow see how a windsock can fly, but a picnic table. I haven't seen many picnic tables with wings. Anyways, documents from the Planning Inspectorate reveal Savage's aerial escapades commenced in 2009, initially flying under the radar with modest touch-and-go training sessions. However, as neighbouring airfields faced scrutiny, the Troutbeck site became a haven for low-flying antics and emergency engine failure drills. I think they're quite important, but what do I know? With flight records and local grumbles painting a picture of escalating airborne antics since 2019, the LDNPA has taken a stand against what they see as an unsanctioned air circus in their tranquil domain. And I think that's about all we have time for this evening. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. We do have planned for the future, very near future, a game show which will include prizes and things to win and buzzers and lecterns. And me, Harry Thomas, and Oliver Foote. So if you'd like to take part in that at all in the future, please register your interest in the comments below and we'll provide you with any further information with regards to your application.
Yeah.
This episode was sponsored as well by Andy's Men's Club, but also by Sugar Tongue UK, a UK-based, West Cumbria-based American candy, sweets, snacks and drinks firm. Very brilliant prices. We'll have their website linked in the description. So that's all for now.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching. Good night.
Good night.